Oh, hello, Venusians. I guess that's what I call you. Those that think that Venus is behind all of this. Well, let's take a look at this. This is a recent picture of Saturn taken by Cassini. Okay, that's a satellite that we sent out to go look at Saturn. Interesting. All of the purple, isn't that nice? Purple and green. Gee whiz, where do we see that? We see it all the time when we're talking about ghosts and ghouls and all kinds of neat stuff like that. But what's really important is let's take a look at the data that Cassini sent back. Okay, so let's take a look at what it says. It says unraveling Saturn's rings, blah blah blah. The color is used to present information about the rings particles in different regions based on measurements and in three radio signals. 3 simultaneous radio signals of 0.94, 3.6, and 13 centimeter waves, or wavelengths, Ka, X, and S band, were sent from the Cassini spacecraft through the rings to Earth. The observed change of each signal as Cassini moved behind the rings and provided a profile distributed of the rings and blah, blah, blah. Now, let's see what's really being said here, shall we? Remember, I'm keeping my mind open and seeing if I can find anything in here that has anything to do with Venus. Okay, so the first one they talk about is the Ka band. Let's see what the Ka band, or Ka, which is incidentally the sound that a crow makes, or a blackbird, who is what? Do you remember? Venetians, do you remember? Yeah, the crow is the messenger to Saturn, remember? Not to Venus, though. Just thought I'd bring that up. Venus would probably be more like a hummingbird, okay? Because it's supposed to be real nice. Saturn, not so much. So let's see what Ka or Ka really is. And let's see. The Ka, or the Ba, and the Kabbalah, the science of the afterlife. Hey, Venetians, this is going out to you, Barbarian Rebellion. Take a look, buddy. It's got purple in it. Uh-oh, we know that the Kaaba, that big black square, who's that represent? Come on. It's all right, Aaron. It's all right. You can give me a grin. It's all right. See, it didn't hurt a bit. Yeah, see, this refers back to Saturn, see? We got the black. We got the purple and the yellow. We got the Yahoo, and then we got Yahweh. I'm not seeing any Venetian stuff in here. All right, hang on. We got to make sure, though. I got to make sure that all these years of studying, I didn't mess it all up on something stupid. Hang on. Okay, let's take a look. What do we got here? We got Adele, this big, fat British broad, singing Rolling in the Deep. How about that? What's in the deep? The abyss. But look at what's on here. A big X. So we've got the Ka, and we've got the X. Oh, and let's see. Rolling in the deep. And what is the deep? Yeah, it's that nasty place where those water creatures, like the Little Mermaid, called Ariel, which is a Kabbalistic spirit of the abyss. Yeah, you know the one. Yeah, not of Venus, but of Saturn. The abyss, all the evil, ooh, really scary stuff. Because we know that Venus is love and sex and all that wonderful stuff that people like to do. But that the bad part of all of this stuff is the Saturn thing. But let's just make sure here. Let me slide this other picture of her in there so we can make sure that it's really the purple is referring to the abyss and of the whole Saturn alien or Saturnine overlord, shall I put it. Okay, and the next bandwidth is the S. Gee whiz. Now that's the easy one. Most readily recognized as the serpent, Leviathan, if you will. It represents a sine wave. A sine wave abbreviation is sin in physics. Okay, it represents time. And let's see. Let me check my records here. Who is the god of time and space? And he didn't create it, by the way. Although there's somebody out there that keeps saying I said that. I never said that. I said it represents time and space. And if, to the truth be known, if you want to put any validity in the fact that the planet Saturn, not Venus, represents Satan, because if you spell it with a V, it'd be Vatan. Hey, sounds like somebody from Hungary. I've been waiting for this chain all day. What is your name? Melvin Eugene Punemeyer. And the geeks shall inherit the earth. Anyway, the S represents time. The X is the oldest written symbol for the planet Saturn. And the Ka is for the Kabbalah. And this ain't got jack shit to do with science. It has everything to do with alchemy and witchcraft. And I know that you guys fucking hate me. And I know that you've been trying to get me off of YouTube forever and ever and ever and ever. And I know that you're going, oh, it's that pesky Jew. Especially that guy, Harp Won't Be Silent. That guy hates me like there's no tomorrow. Oh, it's that pesky Jew. What will we do? What shall we do with this uppity Jew? Yeah, I know it. I get it. There ain't no love lost here, buddy. You go ahead, you can keep flipping around. 1 week it's Saturn, 1 week it's Venus, the next it's Mercury. What's going to be next week? Pluto? Well, if you want to see Pluto, you'll have to watch Disney, because that's where he's at. Okay? You know why they got rid of Pluto? Because he was fucking goofy. All right. Okay, here's the little fellow that took the pictures of Saturn, and look what it's called. It's called Cassini. But what's interesting about this is it's spelled Cassini. Okay? Let's just keep that in mind. Cassini. Now, why do you think they called it that? Gee whiz, would this have something to do with Venus? I'm not sure. Let me check it out. So we see here that the word Cassiel, how interesting. Cassiel and Cassini, it's just a couple letters different, but they both have the root word, Cassie. So here we have Cassiel. And all of these have an L. Capriel, Chamuel, Sayudel, Abdiel, Anaphiel. Gee whiz, there's a lot of L's happening here. I don't see anything going on with Venus. Under this deception, that destroyer, Satan, KL. Okay? Satan is who? That's Saturn. It's not Venus. Although I heard Venus has got a nice ass. Don't know what to tell you. Oh, and before this is over, I just wanted to hit you to one other little thing. Because I know how much you guys hate me, so I want to make a gesture, a token, to give you a little bit of information that you don't know. Okay, let's take a look here. Just something else to hit this video. In pre-Islamic days, the god Hubble was Saturn. Didn't they make a telescope called the Hubble telescope? And that the holy stone of the Kaaba served the same symbolic function. It's Saturn, not Venus. Oh, by the way, Ka and Abba means father. So here we have Father Satan. Ka. I know what you're thinking. Oh, this pesky Jew. What should we do with this pesky Jew? I know, we'll take him, we'll wash him, and make him all clean, and put him on Sam Zittle's crucifixion machine. I didn't come in a car. I didn't come in a Jeep. I didn't come riding in the pocket of a high-jumping Vo-Veep. Okay, I get it. I know you guys don't like me, and I ain't got nothing against you, but you guys got this vendetta against me for whatever reason. I don't know if you're a spiritual entity. I don't know if you're a program. I don't even know what the fuck my own existence is. But don't sit here and try and bullshit me about what's running this planet, because Saturn is Satan. It's just all coded. It's code, and I'm sorry that people didn't ever sit down and read the Bible, and they can't understand that the Bible has many facets to it, and that there's all kinds of shit going on here, that the Bible says that there's more going on in heaven than have ever been dreamt in the minds of men. So, whatever. If you guys want to keep waging war with me, that's fine. I really don't have anything against you. But, come on, quit bullshitting people. I spent years and years and years. It's based on the planet Saturn because he's the big dog. He's the god of authority in this realm. All right? I say peace, but that doesn't really mean anything. Although, speaking of peace, I told you, I heard Venus has got a nice ass. So, whatever. That's it. I'm out. Oh, I know what you're saying. Don't you just hate that Jew? I know. I'm so neat I can hardly stand myself.